Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nikki and today I have 3 outdoor workouts that I like to do in order to help me to lose weight. Now, if you didn't know, I am actually a certified personal trainer. So I make all my own workout programs because all the workout programs that I've come into contact with don't fit into my lifestyle. When you're a mom, truly you have no time to yourself and you're focused on everybody else's needs, and when you have a few spare moments, you just don't always want to spend it working out. Sometimes you do, and that's cool. But because of that, I create my own workouts and they really fit into my lifestyle. With that being said, here are 3 of the workouts that I like to do in order to help me along my weight loss journey. So let's get into it. Let's start with workout 1. Now this one is going to be a specific stroller workout, but again, you do not need a stroller in order to do it. Now, the most important thing that you need to remember when you're working out is you do need to warm up. And I know we all kind of like skip the warm-ups, but it can be as simple as just walking before you do anything. So the first move is going to be walking lunges. Now you can do this forward or you can do reverse walking lunges. Whatever feels more comfortable for you and your body. The big thing to remember here is to take a nice big step. You want to make sure that your front knee is never over top of your toe. It causes a lot of stress on your knees and can injure them quite severely. We are going to be doing 6 reps per leg for a total of 12 reps. Next move that you're going to be doing is side shuffles. So this is one leg and then your other leg comes to it and so on and so forth. This is not karaoke's. If you remember those in school, that's just a lot to remember. So we're just doing side shuffles. You're going to be doing 20 shuffles each way. For this, I want you to remember to really engage your core. Just kind of stick your booty back a little bit, bending your knees, but making sure they don't go over top of your toes. Lots to remember. Then we're going to be doing some walking glute kickbacks. So you're going to take a step and you're going to kick your leg back. You're going to take another step and kick your other leg back. And you're just going to alternate back and forth, doing 15 to 20 per leg. The big thing to remember here that I find really helps me is just slightly turning my toes outward, so it really puts the emphasis on my booty. It's also important, instead of going straight behind you, you go off to like a 45-degree angle, and that way you feel it really strongly in your butt. Finally, we're going to finish with walking good mornings, which are wonderful for your back muscles and your posterior chain just in general. So while you're holding onto a stroller, you're going to hinge at your hips and you're going to kick your butt backwards and you're going to extend your arms over top of your head. This is going to put you in a nice flat back position, but ensure that you're engaging your core the entire time. This one is going to work all those muscles that we tend to neglect a little bit, especially as new moms. We all tend to have like a little bit of a weak core, which makes sense. We carried a baby for 9 months or maybe multiple. And we also have kind of bad posture, typically from feeding our babies. We're hunching over. To complete this workout, you're just gonna do 1 to 2 more rounds of all of those exercises again and finish with a cool down. Again, walking is a great cool down. For this next workout, I typically find a bench along the path that I walk, but any hard surface will do. You're going to be doing is again, starting with that nice warm up, a nice quick walk, and then you're going to take a seat on the bench. While you're sitting on the bench, I want you to move your feet forward so they're right underneath your knees. This way you're going to have the proper form when you're doing bench squats. All you're gonna do is stand up and sit down. Stand up and sit down. You're going to be doing this 10 times. If you want a little bit of a challenge, you can actually do a one-legged squat. So that's something I've been working on lately. I think it'd be really cool to be able to do that, but it's hard. So what you can do is just focus on the negative. So stand up at the top and then just lower yourself using one leg, and then stand up with both legs. Typically in any exercise, the negatives, so the lowering tends to be easier. So that's a great place to start. Next, you're gonna move to the back of the bench for some push-ups. And today I'm gonna focus on using my chest muscles more than my tricep muscles, which means that my elbows are gonna flare out to the sides. If you keep your elbows and scrape them along your body, that'll really engage your triceps more, but we already have a tricep exercise coming, so we're gonna focus on our chest. You're just gonna do between 6 and 10 reps, whatever you can do. Now, if you're able to do push-ups on the back of the bench, you can use the actual seat part of the bench for a little bit more of a challenge. Next, we are going to move to tricep dips. So again, you can start with the top part of the bench, but once you're more advanced, you can move to the actual seat part of the bench. You're just going to put your arms on the bench behind you, and if you keep your knees bent, that makes it easier. If you straighten them, it makes it harder. And you're just gonna do 6 to 10 reps depending on your shoulder mobility and how strong your triceps are. The next move you're going to be doing is called a Bulgarian split squat. So take a nice broad step away from the bench, and then you're going to put one foot on top of the bench. Now you can either put your toes on top of the bench, or you can lay your foot, like your shoelaces, flat onto the bench, which is what I prefer because then I can kind of like hook my foot on there, if that makes sense. But this one you're really gonna feel in your glutes. You're going to be doing 6 reps per side. And again, I want you to remember that front leg, your knee should never go over top of your toes. Finally, we are going to finish with something for our core. So you're going to sit on the bench. I sat on the side of the bench, so I had a good range of motion. You're going to place your feet on the ground and then lean backwards ever so slightly, and then just take turns raising each leg. You're gonna do this for a total of 20 times, 10 per side, and you should feel this in your core. And again, like the last workout, you're going to repeat this 1 to 2 more times depending on how you're feeling. Again, finish with a cool down, and let's move on to the final workout. For the final workout, I will do 30 seconds of something difficult with 60 seconds of break. I like to do sprinting sometimes, but that is very, very hard on your body. And especially if you're postpartum, this is not a safe exercise to do. So just keep that in mind until you've been cleared properly by your doctor and ensure that you do not have any diastasis recti. The next thing I like to do is bench step-ups. So again, just alternating legs for 30 seconds, taking a break for 60. You can do this forward facing, or you can do this to the side, which works your booty in a totally different way. Another thing you can do, which is kind of like you're a child again, but skipping. And this is something that's awesome to do with your kids. You can also do squat to front kick, anything that gets your heart rate up. We're just gonna push hard for 30 seconds with 60 seconds of break. And we are going to repeat that somewhere between 6 and 10 times, depending how much time you have, depending on your fitness level. I hope that you can hear me okay. I live right next to a busy road. And anyways, I just wanted to give you kind of my 2 cents, if you will. So recently I've been thinking a lot about what success looks like to me, specifically in my personal life, but also in my business. But today I'm just going to talk about my personal life. And so there are a few things that I can do every day, aside from working out and eating well, because those for sure are a given. But a few things that I didn't actually realize made a huge impact on me. So number 1, keeping a clean kitchen, living room, including the floors. Now, I really don't care what my bathrooms look like. I mean, I clean them when they're dirty. Same with my bedroom and the kids' bedroom. Like those, I'm okay with them being a little bit messy. But the kitchen and living room, that makes a huge difference. So I try and make that a priority. Number 2, it's really important to me that myself and my kids get out of the house every day in some capacity and we're active, because I really want to pass on an active lifestyle to them. So when I do that, I feel awesome. Number 3, I do have 2 dogs. And so just taking them for a walk or a bike ride or a run every day has made leaps and bounds in my own mental health and in their behavior. They're like way better behaved now. Just doing those 3 things really helps alleviate the guilt, and the guilt was weighing so strongly on me that I was having a hard time it was always buzzing in the back of my head, but now it's not. So I encourage you to think about the 3 things that make the biggest bang for your buck and try and implement them every day. I think we get so caught up in the fact that we have to be perfect and do everything all the time. I know I really struggle with that, but getting into the mindset of I only have to do 3 things, and those 3 things I look forward to and I enjoy. They make me feel good. So yeah, I'm curious, what are your 3 things? Let me know down below in the comments, and thank you so much for watching and for sticking around again. Literally, you mean so much to me. So thank you, and you take care. Bye.